Today we are back again to explain our friend Kai, our bot.
Our bot, yeah, we talked a lot about AI and our bot, that it's possible to play Dockfighters solo, and today we want to show you how the bot works, not in every detail, but to give you an impression what it is all about and how it's working. And at first you have to know our bot always, or almost every time, starts in a patrol mode. Yeah, so he has a given command structure, and you have we have in the rulebook we have a section where with every status of the bot you have an easy to follow step-by-step procedure. You have to read and until you reach a paragraph that is sufficient, and then you play it. Yeah, and patrol mode means at the beginning of the movement step, let's say we have this setup at the moment. We have here a Bavarian standard fighter. This is our bot. This is a Hawk standard fighter. We have a Kingfisher advanced fighter of the Saxons here, and we have a Boer fighter bomber of the Saxons over here. The Boer is an experienced pilot, and the Hawk is a green one. The Bavarian Hawk is a green one, and the Kingfisher is also a green pilot. We are now at the start of the movement phase, and let's say the bot has the initiative, or the enemy side has the initiative in this example. And at the beginning and at the end of the movement step, the bot always checks if he is
can sight someone.
Yes, if he can spot. If he can spot an enemy. And the first thing the bot does is he takes a look at his frontal firing arc, and if something in his frontal fire arc, he changes immediately
to attack mode.
Yeah.
Okay, in this case he would go in attack mode because he can see him.
He can see.
Let us explain first what he does if he just is in patrol mode. So I cheat a little bit. He cannot see anything in the front arc right now.
Okay, so nothing in his front arc. He would remain in patrol mode, but he can also take a look what's outside his arc. Yeah, so we have here a fighter within 4 hex tiles, and the bot has to roll a die. Which means he on a 6+, modified by the experience. If the if the Bavarian Hawk wouldn't be a green one, let's say an experienced pilot, and this is a green one, he would spot him not on a 6, he would spot him on a 5.
Okay. I do the roll.
Take a roll.
Okay, no. I'm cheating. I'm cheating. 3. We want to get spotted later. We want to just show the patrol mode, you know. Okay.
Okay. If
we are lucky.
If we weren't cheating, Marcus has rolled 2 6s in a row now. He would change his mode to attack. But we will show you what he's doing in
patrol mode first.
So movement begins. He has the initiative, so we would be the first ones moving, and let's say he's moving just straight ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, our Kingfisher is moving that way, and now the Bavarian one is moving. No, they did it. The Bavarian.
Exactly, green. Exactly. Okay, and now he defined where he wants to fly by rolling a die. Konrad.
Okay.
Would you like to roll a die?
Take a look if he accelerates his speed or not, and we roll a 4. That means he would accelerate his speed until his maximum speed is reached.
This is anyway
not the case actually. He's flying with 5, speed 5, so he can fly 6, so he accelerates in any way. And 4 means
for the direction. 4 is ahead. Let's simulate another direction. Ahead is just moving straight ahead.
Ahead is just straight ahead.
Let's say he rolled a 1. This is more interesting. So a hard turn left.
2 hex dice is left. That means he would the direction he would be moving
this
to
direction,
is this direction. So we have this little bot directions you can use to show where the bot is going.
But you don't need to remember long. You just define it now, and now you're moving. with the maximum agility, he is a high, so he make a rotation at the first tile, then he move, and at the end of his movement he rotate again.
So
and he rotates until he get into the direction he like to fly. So now at the beginning, then he moves his a 6, and then he rotates again. And at the end, he stays there, looking straight in the direction he want to fly.
He would lose speed, yes, because he did
2 rotations.
2 turns in the process. And if he's not at the
if the maximum altitude is not reached, and he is not in the maximum altitude now, speed -1 and altitude +1. That's the same maneuver and the same rules then we use too. If we go higher, we lose 1 speed. So he get even higher. Because you want to patrol very high and want to see around.
Yeah. So he would
and he keep on
climb in altitude. Okay, you might now say, hey, but he flew beneath this guy and he should have seen him. Yeah, maybe. But you have to remember this is an aerial space. There is a lot of things that can distract the pilot.
It happened at the same time.
And it happens at the same time. Yeah, so he didn't see anybody. And now this one, the boa is now it's the turn of the boa. So let's say he does, for example, an Immelmann. Yeah, and turns around. And
need to go higher maybe. Have some space.
Higher. Lose speed in the process.
Okay.
So this is the position.
End of movement, and at the end of movement he do the check again. This time it's easier to spot us because he's closer 3 or closer away. So he only need to roll a 5+, and exactly. So let's roll.
2.
But he don't.
He didn't spot him.
But
anyway,
movement is over now. But if we decide to attack and we are in maybe a good position to attack him now, and we shoot at him, we don't simulate it now. Let's say we shoot at him, then he get into attack mode anyway. So the next turn he will be in attack mode.
To be clear, it would have been 6 anyway because the difference in the experience, he's the better pilot. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's easier because it's nearer, but it's more difficult because experience.
He can hide well. He now where he can see maybe he is flying a little bit deeper or whatever, and so it's get more difficult.
Okay. So let's say we shoot at the Bavarian. Yes, the Saxons shoot at the Bavarian, and he now switches mode. We have now the next round initiative, for example, comes to the bot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
now we have to move at first, yes, and the Saxon Kingfisher, for example, is the one that moves first because it's also a green pilot, yeah, and let's say, don't know, just this
move him somewhere.
So
and I show you something. At the airplanes, it's quite simple. You have only one thing for the bot, it's the bot status. There you can note, okay, he's now in attack mode. So you can remember if you have multiple bots, you don't need to write down a lot of things, just the mode and maybe, but it's also defined in the mission, the escape mode, but we talk later about that.
Okay. So our bot is now in the attack mode and we moved our Kingfisher. It's now the turn for the Bavarian Hawk to move. Exactly. And he now tries to lock on to a valid target. And this follows a special procedure. At first, the bot checks if an Immelmann maneuver.
Exactly. Yeah. What target he want to lock on, and with priority, he tried to attack the target that already moved because now he going on to move around maybe, but this target will be fixed. So at the end of if the fire phase happens, he can fire it maybe. Yeah. So he first tried to lock in to this, and if he get a valid fire position, then he would do that maneuver. Yeah, okay,
exactly,
so let's
exactly, perfect. And so he tries. The first thing he tries to do is an Immelmann. So an Immelmann would bring him in this position. In this position, so tells him that this is a valid target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexes. Okay, it's long range, but it's a valid target. Yeah, and the bot also takes a look if he's climbing or if he's diving. Speed is not an issue, so he's climbing, and that means he will rise.
Yeah.
Its altitude level.
Can take the long ones, yeah. Exactly. This was the most easy case. He just do a Dimmelmann.
Yeah. Perfect. This would be the position after the bot has moved. Quite simple.
Okay.
And now the boa would be
exactly.
Let's say he's moving here, for example. It doesn't matter. That's
we just okay. Now fire attack. He will shoot at him, but first maybe our hunter bomber will shoot at the Bavarian because he is a blue, so experienced, so he can fire first. But we don't do it at the moment. Then he will fire at him, and he cannot fire anywhere because you have nothing inside.
A very interesting example: the fighter or the enemy, the bot makes a lock on. It's not necessarily the fighter. He will fight. Well, let's say our boa wouldn't be moving that way, but I would do a really stupid thing and, for example, place him here. Yeah. And this would be a much more better target than this one. So in the attack tells me, if we read through the paraphrases, that if this is the one I can bring to bear more firepower, for example, then the bot will not shoot this one, but he will shoot that one.
The lock-on target is only the target he decides how to move, and not must be the target he attacks.
But let's say this is an example. Let's say
we keep it like that.
Place it this way.
And let's say firing is finished, nobody hit anything, and we go to the next turn.
Yeah. So initiative comes to us.
We need to move first. Let's see, what is maybe interesting. Let's say we have to move him first. And let's say I fly somewhere here, just as example, to see what he does. And then he have to move because he's green. The blue one come later on our hunter bomber, and then he try to lock on a target, and he primarily want to lock on at the already moved aircraft. So he want to try to hit him and lock on into this target. Then we check, wait a second. Okay, Immelmann doesn't work. If you rotate, he have not the target inside. Okay.
Immelmann would work to bring this one into an attack range, but we want the already moved one as his target priority. So we have to move in this direction. Okay.
Then we have accelerate or decrease speed. So he want to go faster or lower. Oh, and the agility throw. Maybe he try to get even making harder maneuvers to get the agility level higher. This means he roll or die is always in attack mode, not in patrol mode. In this case, he do it 5 or 6. He get higher. Normally he has the high.
He has a high agility, and now he would bring his machine on the brink of collapse. He's doing a real tight maneuver. So the bot now can, as pilots can, raise his agility to very high. But it's also dangerous because he can do because he must do a pilot check, and if he fails, as he does in this case, his machine will get a critical damage, but he can turn up to 1 agility level higher. This means he can do. He takes a look if the first maneuver would take him closer.
But wait a second. First we have speed. Okay. We now have defined, he act as very high movement. Now he checked the distance to the target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles away. Oh no, wait, I'm counting wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away. And in this case, if the target distance hex is -3, so 3 is greater than the bot's speed. No, it's not greater, so he not give power. Then in case the bot speed plus 2, this is 7, is higher than the distance of the target.
Which it is.
Yeah, which it is. That means he decreased the speed by engine power +1, because you can brake more than you can speed up. So he decreased the speed from 6
to 4.
From 5 to 3. Oh, exactly. So he gets slower. He don't need that speed to get into range. And this was the first thing. Then he always want to aim most probably into his direction. So with very high at the first field tile, he can rotate, and he does, because this rotation bring him closer into the direction of the target. Then he moved the half movement, so
which is 2 hexes.
2 hexes. Then he would rotate again if it help him, but in this case it make it worse. So he just flies straight ahead, and
the last one forward.
The last one, and then it's done. He will adjust the height if required, but in this case
it's not required, because
he can. It's not too much low. He can shoot it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Close, but it works.
And everything's fine so far.
Okay. That's the movement
and
for the bot.
One thing he get. Do you decrease the speed from 3 to 2?
No, I didn't.
For the rotation, casting speed, and in this case he was able to lock on him, and so he does the maneuver. If this is impossible, so he try it, but he see, okay, he's still too far away or something, then he don't make this movement. Then he try to lock on at the other target. In this case, he would try the Immelmann first, would see, okay, the Immelmann work, and do that maneuver, and then maybe attack him if he stay in the same position. But he always go for the first target, which already moved. In this case, a good decision. He is in the upper position and can directly fire at him. Yeah. That's close all about how
that's how the bot works. And the bot also can change. Let's say he did his pilot check and his machine got damaged, and if he gets damaged in the course of the game, so let's say he's receiving 2 damage points, then his status will check to escape, for example.
Yeah.
And escape has a lot of variants. 3 variants.
I explain. The first one is the most simple. He go to retreat. In the case of retreat, he check where's the closest enemy. In this case, he count from the tile at his backside, because it's always easier to escape into the front direction than turning 180 degree. So he counting from this tile, 1, 2, 3. This is 3 away. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 away in this case. So he more likely to escape in the front now, because it's just easier to fly ahead. Then he going. We can do it. And everything from attack to escape is explained in detail, just step by step. And the first step now is accelerate speed up to maximum engine power. Petrol, but it's the same in the second. Here, I missed it. Here, escape. This is accelerate up to max engine power. It's the same.
That would mean
full speed ahead.
Full speed ahead. He has an engine power of 1, so he accelerates to 3.
Yeah, close maneuvers are in most cases similar. It's the same principle. Okay, if reciting speed plus engine power is lower than max speed, dive. He can get faster.
Yeah, so he
even go down until reach the max speed, and then increase speed by 1. Same maneuver than we does. And if max speed reach, he also want to start climbing again, and not in this case. And then determine the escape direction. This we did in the beginning. He want to fly this direction because he escaped from him. And then he just move with the highest agility class, in this case high. First turn he want to turn, but he don't must to turn because he's already in the escape direction. So he just fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is it? 3. Oh, 3. Only
1, 2, 3. And
okay.
This is important because it's not possible. He would enter the field already owned. Yeah. So what are we doing?
Yeah, quite simple. If he cannot place the aircraft at the tile he want to go, he place it right in front if possible. So he would stay here. If it is not possible, he would stay behind it in this tile, and if this would either be possible, he then clockwise by right side he check this tile, this tile, this tile, this tile until he find a tile where he can be placed.
So he would be placed here, and now he will go down because he is diving for speed
to get faster,
to get away,
to escape
fast,
and
now has a speed of 4.
Exactly, and with the retreat mode in escape, he would do that until he left the map, and then he's out of the game. With avoid, that's close the same, but he don't leave the map. He just want to bounce his his spot direction. And this example is you come, let's say this direction, he want to turn and fly in the other direction again. So he want to try to avoid us, but don't leave the map. And repair, maybe if he has to, okay, this is a Saxony ship, but if he have some airship or some runway, then he want to go land there, dock there, and get repair, and then he switch back to his last mode.
Yeah, exactly. So to attack or to patrol.
Yeah, and it's always the same. He have some target, and he try to log on and fly there. And the other modes, sometimes maybe we have some mission with our airship here. And it can happen that he's not starting in patrol mode as example. Maybe he start in attack mode and with target priority. Maybe he has the target only attack the airship, or first airship is possible and then Dockfighter as example. And then he want to give this target priority, the priority and attack first our airship.
Yeah. And you can even, it's quite interesting, quite a lot of options. If you think maybe you have an enemy airship and the airship has Dockfighters, and the Dockfighters have the job to guard the airship or to intercept the enemy fighter bombers or the advanced fighters, and other ones are, so you have really a plethora of options what bots can do. They can guard things, they can destroy ground targets, they can kill or try to kill certain aircraft types, pilots. You can say, hey, let's go for the green ones, let's go for the aces. It's absolutely, there's no limits.
Defined by the companion. Yeah. And as example, maybe this hunter bomber, he goes for ground targets only and want to destroy ground targets. And maybe we have the mission to protect the ground targets. So we have to try shut him down before he kill our ground targets. Or airships only going to hunt to other airships with artillery. Everything can happen. And the core rules, even if the guard mode as example is the same than attack, the only difference is he won't leave his position too far away. So if he guard the airship as example, he want to stay close around the airship and not want to lock on targets which are too far away. That's everything. So they, even if they spot you far away somewhere because you are directly in the fire arc, they don't go for you and attack you if you too far away and leave them alone. Yeah, and the rules applied are the same for moving, attacking, and it's around 5 pages in A5 format, so it's not a lot of text. And the special thing about this bot is it don't offers you much options to choose from. Many games just tell you, okay, this is a bot, you now go in attack mode, choose some target nearby, but it's up to you to decide if you go deeper or higher or turning left or turning right, and then you go and start thinking about what's the best way to move the bot for you. So this is a lot of time wasting time and so on, and you try to arrange it to your own advantage.
You have a lot of options to do it in the most favorable way for you, and not with this bot. He's doing it in the most favorable way for his own.
And our bots, they do what they do, and you cannot influence them.
It's not very hard to learn. Maybe it's not that clear at the moment, but if you see the paragraphs of the rulebook, easy to follow, steps numbered from 1 to 11, and you go from step 1 to step 2 to step 3, and if you reach step 4, and step 4 is a valid target, and you can stop reading. You just placed it, and now combat works the same as with every other plane, or same procedure.
Yeah.
So that's an overview over our bot, and I hope, or we hope, you get an impression on how it works. And yeah, thank you for watching.
Thank you.